Hello, this is Elvis Presley and I'm talking to you from the dimensions. And I'm here to explain to you about my experience ever since I've died, where I've been, what I've been up to, and maybe some insight about my life, depending on how much time I have, and how the conversation go, of course. So, let's continue. And I died. Unfortunately, I did kill myself intentionally and deliberately, because I have had enough of this world. It got a bit too much. I was so much into drugs that you cannot believe. I was most of the time fucked. I couldn't even string sentences together properly. I couldn't maintain a proper composure, and I did not know any way out of my current experience. My career was busy going down the toilet, so I literally killed myself on the toilet. Yeah, it's quite ironic, isn't it? Okay, so I died. Of course I said a prayer before I died. Fascinating. It's strange that was just before death you'd turn to your religion and go, God, please save me. Please forgive my sins, and then you kill yourself in the hopes that you just don't go to hell. And I did not, fascinating enough. I thought I might go to hell. Ooh, I got a little nice string there of sound in my words. I thought I might go to hell, but I did not. I died right there, and I looked around, and I was still there, but my body was all... Oh goodness, I have an intention of hurting myself the whole time here in this body. And, yes, so I was still standing there. My body was really all dead. And I looked around and I went, okay, so, well, what's happening right now? Because here I am in like the spirit form. I'm still able to, how can I say, conceive myself, if you want to say it that, I kind of still exist. But I'm not in this physical world. And so I actually started walking around, you won't believe. Walking around, going out. I was actually walking around out straight through the window, through the wall. It was so cool. So I was walking around in this town and walking through walls and shit like that, and I went, oh, fucking awesome, But then I went, I don't see anyone else like me, and I can't talk to anyone. I tried to. I even walked through people. I whispered in people's ear. I did everything I could. I couldn't touch them. No one could hear me, and it was quite scary. Imagine you're dead, you're alone, no one can hear you, no one can see you, and you're stuck in this earth plane. I was really scared that I would end up here infinitely. God, I went to psychics. I went to God knows what, to fucking try and get to talk to someone, to say, hello, I'm still here, I'm dead, but I'm still here, I exist. And I'm worried because I need to get somewhere. I don't know where. Am I stuck here? Why am I stuck here? There was no one to answer my questions. And then I get to psychics, right? I want to get to talk to them. And I went to the psychic, and I saw the strange thing. It was like this pole in the center of the psychic, and then it had like these two from the center of the brain here, a pole straight down, but I could see interdimensionally, right? So I could see like what's going on there inside human beings, which is quite awesome. I could see their thoughts, and I could see what they're thinking and what they're feeling and what they're feeling about, and what's going on in their world. I could see their secrets. I could see fucking everything. So human beings, nothing is hidden in this world. Nothing is hidden within yourself. Everything is known, always. So, it's not really worth keeping secrets. Okay, so enough me laughing about myself. So I got to the psychic, and this woman had this pole in the center of her physical body, and then she had like these antenna things going out, and they were connected at the top, and there was this magnetic frequency moving around it, inside it. There was like maybe 6 or 7 beings standing behind her, and then there was this guide thing standing there with like this white cloak and this staff, blue staff, magnetic thing going there. And I was like walking up to the scenario and I said, listen, can I stand at the back of the road? I just want to talk to this person and get my message through to the world, you know, that I'm still alive. And he stands there and he goes, no, you do not have permission. I'm like, why do I need permission? I didn't see a God anywhere. What do you mean I need permission? He looked at me like, he goes, you haven't been to the white light, have you? I mean, what? What white light? No. I mean, I died and I got here and I was walking around through walls, through people until I realized this is fun for a moment, but I can't do this infinitely. And I have to do something about that. And he goes, then you are a demon. I mean, what? What is a fucking demon? What do you mean? Okay, now I'm a demon just because I haven't seen the white light. What does that mean? He goes, what is it? You are not worthy of standing before the white light. You are a demon. Demons remain on the earth plane amongst human beings, and so they will be remained infinitely. Okay, so what does a demon do exactly? What must I do something? Is it like I don't know, something that I'm supposed to be doing to prove myself? Am I put in a test to be a demon, to ascend to the white light, or, you know, what's going on here? And he said, no, demons are the worthless scum of existence. You shall remain on the earth plane infinitely. The demons will catch you, and the demons will get you. The demons will show you which way to go. Leave my presence now, unworthy one. Oh God, and he spoke all these fucking profound words, and I just looked at this and I laughed. I had to, because I thought it was ridiculous. I mean, how can this person say to me, you're not worthy? Who decides that, firstly? I told him, who decides whether I'm worthy or unworthy? And he goes, the Creator. And I'm like, okay, who's the Creator? And he said, you are unworthy of that question. You shall not receive an answer. I'm like, listen, buddy, you take me to the white... I didn't go, buddy. I said, listen, you take me to the white light. Now, I want to speak to it. I want to speak to your Creator. I am not unworthy. I mean, my life wasn't a pleasant one, and it wasn't a beautiful one, and it wasn't one that apparently a religious person will be proud of. But you know what? That still doesn't mean that was who I am. What I did was actions. I'm not those actions. Unfortunately, I took a few wrong turns, but you can't judge me upon that. It's impossible. Infinitely, you can't judge me on that. And so it said, so, you know what it did? It fucking placed like this whole containment room around the psychic with the 6 beings standing behind them, and this master with the staff and the fucking electricity and magnetism going between the two, and I couldn't see them anymore. And you know what? That happened at each and every single psychic I went to. So I travelled and I went to another one, and there was another one standing with a staff, and he goes, I have been told about you. You must leave our presence, unworthy one. Let the demons catch you. Let the demons have you. Go! And then they put this containment compartment thing around them the whole time. So I was like going, you know what? Fine. They won't let me speak to psychics. What else am I able to do? So I went and walked. Yeah. I went, okay, demons, where are you? And so I was like walking. And I was still walking through walls, walking through people, trying to talk to people, trying to talk to someone, to listen to me, to hear me. I even went, Creator, where are you? I went, white light, where are you? Why are you doing this to me? Just explain to me. Just explain to me so I can understand. Because I don't want to be stuck here on this earth plane, walking amongst human beings, my entire existence into infinity, just because what I've done on my earth life. Because it's impossible for me to be judged by that. I mean, who says to me I'm unworthy? Who makes those decisions? And on what are those decisions based? Isn't there a way I'm able to do something to prove myself or whatnot? Because I know there's something inside me that is different, that is not who I was on earth, that there's something more. And they can't judge me on what I was on earth, on who I was on earth, on what I did on earth. They cannot. And with that determination, I started looking for answers. Asking questions. And until one day this demon came up to me. It was a demon, you could see it was a demon. It was like this big creature-like thing, right? Black, big black. It was like moving the whole time inside him, like his blood was boiling or something. He had this white sharp teeth and these red eyes. Didn't have horns. No, I've seen the devil and Satan in the dimensions. They don't look at all like that. And though, I mean, not that there exists a heaven or hell, it's just a definition, if you want to call it that. But anyway, there's more about that later. And this demon came up to me and he shape-shifted into like a normal young man. So first it was like fierce creature, like you know, I just gonna destroy you in one moment. And then all of a sudden he changed into like this placid, normal, young, presentable boy. So I went, can I do that? That would be quite fun. And he said, it's not worth it. He says, what do you mean? And he said, I'm a demon. He said, he's a demon. And so I said, okay, am I a demon too? And he said, no, not yet. I first have to train you. So I said, well, why do I have to become a demon? Then he said, because you're in the demon dimension. So I said, okay, just because I'm in the demon dimension, I don't have to become a demon. He said, yes. So I said, who decides that? He said, the white light or the creators and the masters and bullshit up there somewhere. And you know what? I actually looked up, right? And there was these dimensional layers, things. And so this demon explained to me that when you are worthy or deemed worthy by the white light and the masters and the guides, then you go up there. And that is called the dimensional planes, the higher planes, because you are now worthy of going up there. And then your guide will take you when you die, and then you'll go to the first layer. And so you'll go up in layers, and you'll eventually end up apparently in heaven with your creator or the white light. So I went, okay, so tell me now, what beings are allowed to go there when they die? Because I didn't know of that existence, so how must I decide? How do I know that stuff when I'm born? You don't. You don't know about any of this shit when you're born. So how can you tell me whether I'm worthy or unworthy because of my life that I didn't know of this existence? Because if I knew about all this, I would have made sure my life is perfect so I can go to those higher planes and ascend to heaven, then ending up here in this demon dimension. Something doesn't make sense. I don't agree with the situation. So it said that, okay, and then it went on and explaining everything to me about this demon. And his name was Archie, I think. Archie. I called him Archie, which irritated him extensively, but his name was Arch. And he explained to me that the following has happened. Now, in the dimensions when I died at the time, everything was like white, okay? So like even when I looked at human beings, they were like white, and then sometimes they had like this mind system thing in their head here, like a circular, like it looked like a metal system here. It was all down along their spine, and then they have the system in their solar plexus, and some women have them here in their boobs and along their arms here and their wrists and their legs, and it was like system. And in that systems, all over, there was like this energy balls, you know, and there were like these colors, yellow, orange, green, red, purple, almost the colors of the rainbow. And you could see their thoughts running around, and then somewhere, if you really look through them completely, you see like this essence, you know. And I went, but okay, what is that? And so Art said, that is actually who the being really is. And I saw it everywhere, in all human beings. So I went, okay, but who are they now? And he said to me, they're systems. So I asked him, systems, why? So then he went and he took my life, okay? And he said to me, put your life in front of you. That's what I did. I actually could. I mean, Jesus, I was fucking amazing, because now in the dimensions you've got quantum time, right? So I actually took my life, put it out before me, birth to death, everything. I could even see the people involved, parents, families before that. I could see the people in my world. I could rewind back to conversations I had, what I experienced, what all the people experienced while I had that conversation, what I experienced when I was using, what the drugs did to my physical system, and you could look at every single detail. It is fucking amazing. So he said to me, right, and he stood right next to me, like on my right-hand side, and, yes, this is right. So he stood on me on my right-hand side, and he spread my life, and he said, right, look when you were born. So I was like, looking, okay, bring it here, put it in front of me, look when I was born, oh, beautiful, happy child, free, and, it's like your whole body and your insides are going all happy and joyful, and you just want to do everything, you're like the, ha. And then you get to about 1 year old, 2 year old, 3 year old, 3 years old, and then the shit starts hitting the fan. You actually see these systems, so coming up inside you, it's like they're already inside your physical body, because these stuff are actually already inside you when you're in your mother's womb developing. Oh, we went back to that as well. It's like in the mother's blood, right? So when you start developing in the womb, these things start like aligning inside your physical system, in your muscle tissue, right? So it comes from the blood from the mother, and as your physical body develops in the womb, these things start attaching to your spine and to your muscle tissue, specifically. And also then in the DNA of your physical system, there's like little metallic platforms that's like inserted into the DNA. So it's like between the DNA strings, if you'd like, like cut it in half almost, if you want to call it that, just between that layer, there's like a system platform that sends out a certain sound frequency, right? That sound frequency resonates through your entire physical body. Now, with that sound frequency, you have those system attachments in the muscle tissue and your spine, as I've said, and everything is transferred from the mother's blood, in the mother's blood. And so your whole physical system is like aligned with these little system platform thingies. It's like about this, it's very small, microscopic, but it's like little chips, if you want to call it that. It's transferred into your entire physical system and your DNA. And then you grow up, right? So then when you grow up, it is the most horrendous thing you will ever conceive, because like when you're born into this world, immediately there's like these grids you're born into. Imagine like a grid line, and you're placed in it, and then from there systems start infiltrating from like the people around you where you're being born, right? So where does the systems first integrate? Your ears, your eyes, down there, where your penis or your vagina, and then your navel area, and here at the back of your head, they actually come. It is fucking scary shit. And you see this, and the moment that occurs, you're kind of locked into the system, but then they remove themselves again. Then these systems that went into your ears and your eyes and your navel, back of your head, and down there, they remove again, because they kind of imprint a specific metallic, like a shaft almost, like in your ears, in your eyes, in your navel, and down there and at the back of your head, like these metallic plates. And these metallic plates also resonate a sound frequency, meaning that you're kind of now placed into the system of this entire world, and everywhere is like metal plates, metal plates, metal plates, metal plates in your navel, metal plates down there, and metal plates at the back of your head. And of course you have your metal plates in your physical body, like in your DNA, as I've said, and your muscle tissue, and all along your spine inside. And then when you start growing up, right, these systems actually start coming up from inside you. It's like fucking trees that grow, like plants, and they start coming up from these metal plate sound resonating frequency things, and then it starts growing up and moving inside you, intertwining completely. And then that's when you start growing up. That's when you start developing your subconscious mind, unconscious mind, and conscious mind. And it's fascinating because this essence, that's behind human beings, behind these systems that's inside them, is what's fueling these systems to actually grow inside human beings. It is scary shit. And that's when I realized what happened to me. The same thing occurred to me. I actually got birthed like a fucking system in this world. And my music was but an entertainment for people to keep people busy. You know, you have a fucking icon in this world going, and this whole world is adoring you. For what reason? I mean, what did I give my life for? For music. Great, yes, it's wonderful. But that was me as a system, expressing myself as a system. When who I really am, behind that, of what I was on earth, is infinite sound. I mean, infinite sound, never ending, absolute sound expression. And I mean, consciousness is what I'd refer to as these systems, has been limiting human beings extensively. I mean, the music we make right now is bad. It is bad I'm not saying bad, I'm saying that it is actually quite sad, because our expression as who we really are is beyond that. It is more, it is actually more than, it's not that it's more than, it's just that it's like, I can't explain to you how limited the expression of music is today, because it isn't an expression of who each being really is. It's an expression of systems supporting systems in this world, and that's what everyone has become. Everyone has become systems, and it's scary, you know. It's like ghastly, and these systems actually start flourishing within you when you're a child. I could see them growing inside me as my essence, as who I really am, becomes more suppressed. And these systems that was integrated as a foundation, as those metallic plates when I was in my mother's womb, supports these systems growing in. It's like, oh my God. And that's no wonder that humanity has gone mad at this very moment. It's because everyone is fucking systems. They're not who they really are at all. And so I kind of spent time after I died in the dimensions for many years, in the demon dimension, because I apparently couldn't go up there because I'm not worthy. And I started understanding this whole system development story from when you're a baby to when you grow up. And everyone is just systems, limited systems. I mean, only when you die does that essence that is behind, that is suppressed by these systems when you're on earth, get set free, if you want to call it that. Then only you have the opportunity to realize who you really are. And not when you're here. When you're here, you're fucked. You're fucked in systems. You're fucked as systems. It's like, it's horrible. And only recently, like over the past 2 years, did the demon dimension stop existing, and all that bullshit about the white light and etc. But you know, that now is another long story. So both polarities of separation in the dimensions have stopped existing, meaning, you know, the worthy and the unworthy. That bullshit's completely been removed, and all the beings in the dimensions are now existing in oneness and equality. And that's why I had the ability now to come and speak to you for the first time. I've got lots to say, because so ever since I've died, I have been walking around inside human beings, you know, but I didn't do anything like the normal demons did. I just did it for interest's sake, because I was curious about how does these systems work? How does human beings become systems? How did I become a system, and how this music was an expression of systems and not an expression of who I really am? And okay, so I will be able to speak more probably a bit later. This was basically just an introduction, where I was, what I did, and that I'm still here as Elvis Presley. We've got the shirt. Who I am as Elvis Presley, and you know, I'm not the same as that I was when I was still here on earth. That essence of who I am and each are will be realized when you die and get into the dimensions. But of course, there is an opportunity for you to realize that part of yourself beyond the consciousness system that you've allowed yourself to become here on earth. And that's what we'll be busy working with. And I would like that for each human being. I mean, it's not necessary to have to die to realize who you really are. You're able to realize it for yourself here on earth. So yeah, that was me, and I'll be able to maybe do another topic more on systems, what I discovered in human beings while I was in the demon dimension and not allowed to be in the worthy place as all the other beings, and how that is able to assist you. I mean, how it made me realize what the hell is really going on in this world. So, human beings, at the moment, your system's scary, but it's true, and we have the ability to assist you out of that system consciousness bullshit, to experience the essence of who you really are. Okay, this is Elvis Presley. Enjoy. Speak later.